History isn't made by kings or generals. It's shaped by the quiet moments no one saw. Welcome to Time Uncovered, where small choices change the world. You wake up in the dark. The clock on the wall reads 06:17 a.m. You were supposed to be at the radio station by 6. Outside, sirens echo faintly through the coastal fog, but you're still halfway in a dream. You've overslept. Somewhere out at sea, unseen to you, hundreds of ships are already moving. They're counting on you to be awake. They're counting on your voice, crackling through the static. But you aren't there. You throw on your uniform. It's June 4th, 1940. You are Arthur Stanton, a 25-year-old British radio operator stationed on the southern coast of England. Your job is simple but sacred. Receive encrypted German transmissions and report them instantly to command. Every minute matters. Every frequency you miss could mean soldiers lost, ships sunk, families shattered. The night before, you worked 2 shifts back to back. The war doesn't sleep, but humans do. You told yourself you'd rest for 20 minutes. You woke nearly an hour late. By the time you stumble into the small, smoke-filled operations room, another operator has already taken your post. He's pale, tired, and irritated. "You're lucky," he mutters, tapping the side of his headset. "We just lost the signal anyway." Across the channel, in France, hundreds of thousands of Allied troops are trapped on the beaches of Dunkirk. German bombers rule the skies. The water is on fire. Britain's last line of defense, the heart of its army, is cornered. The only chance of survival is a desperate evacuation by sea. But that rescue fleet is fragile. Civilian boats, fishing vessels, ferries, anything that floats. If the Germans find their coordinates, they'll be wiped from the water. Your station's job is to track German communication patterns, especially the morning reports sent from occupied France to Berlin. Those signals reveal where German bombers are heading next. On June 4th at 6 a.m., you were supposed to confirm a new code frequency and forward it to Allied command. If you had arrived on time, the intercept team would have retuned their receivers toward northern France, right where the Germans were sending false coordinates. It was a trap. Those frequencies weren't about weather reports or troop movement. They were fake messages designed to lure British reconnaissance planes and expose the evacuation route. But because you overslept, no one switched the dial. No one caught the decoy. And when the Germans launched their strike, their bombs fell into empty waters miles from the actual fleet. The evacuation continued. Thousands more made it home that day, all because one man's alarm clock didn't ring. You don't know any of this yet. To you, it's just another grey morning, another shift, another endless stream of coded chatter. Later that evening, word spreads through the base. They're calling it a miracle. Dunkirk worked. You hear cheers in the hallways. Men are hugging each other, some crying openly. You smile faintly, proud but confused. You think about how close you came to being late enough to be fired. You have no idea that your lateness saved thousands of lives. Years later, when the war ends, the records will remain sealed. You'll go home, marry, and live quietly. It's strange, isn't it? How the world depends on moments that don't seem important while they're happening. An alarm that doesn't ring. A letter that isn't sent. A man who oversleeps by 17 minutes. We talk about courage as if it only lives on battlefields. But sometimes, fate hides inside ordinary mistakes. Maybe that's what history really is. A chain of human flaws, that somehow create miracles. You never tell anyone the full story. It's easier that way. People like their heroes, wide awake and on time, but sometimes destiny arrives late, and that's exactly when it's supposed to. So you stand by the window, years later, the war long over, watching the sun rise over calm English fields. Somewhere out there, ships you never saw are still floating in memory. And you finally smile, because the man who overslept didn't just save a few soldiers, he saved a nation.